kind of in the music corner right now, and somebody said you got to talk to this guy. So I'm going to have Alex here from Hitzville introduce this guy over here.
Wow. The incredible hawk of bass players, Mr. Joey Green. What a good, great buddy. We would enjoy playing with this guy.
And does he play for anybody that we know?
Oh, he's right now Glady Knight's favorite bass player as we speak right now, I believe so.
How did you get your start?
I'm the hype man.
The hype man, that's right. How did you get your start? Were you a little baby or what?
No, I was more of a teenager because I started off playing drums. So that was my first thing, starting off in church, and like my whole family sing and play, so I had to do something. So I started playing drums. Then when I became about a teenager, 13, 14, that's when I realized that there was too many drummers.
Like I can't really multitask that much. Is that what's going on?
It was just more so as far as me going to church, and I couldn't have a turn to play, so I had to try find something else to do. So it turned into bass because bass was like one of the things that kind of complement playing drums. So I kind of got into that. Yeah. With a great foundation.
Was it like because it was kind of a manly instrument or what? Did you try out flute, maybe jazz flute or anything? Or?
No, something. Actually, growing up, we had everything like in our basement because my grandmother bought a lot of stuff from like the pawn shop and like the Goodwill. So we had everything. We had the Hammond B3 organ in our house. We had keyboards, guitars, drums, everything. So I was always able to just mess with everything, but my thing was more so drums, and then I got into playing bass. Just start listening to bass players, like it's kind of cool, and it was cool. I started picking it up, looking at myself in the mirror. Hey,
Yeah, looking good. All right.
And also my uncle played bass, so he was one that kind of got me started. Because he took me to my first real concerts and stuff. So I got a chance to see people like Marcus Miller, Victor Wooten, people like that, like the Gap Band, So
You're thinking someday I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah. I mean, it was always like in the back of my head, I'm gonna be doing that. And it's funny because a few of the artists that I really wanted to play with or meet and stuff, I got a chance to like play for them or something. So it was just it's a blessing.
Give us an example.
An example. Oh, well, this is a good example. I saw this young lady on TV a long time ago, and I said, one of these days I'm gonna play for her. And look what happened. 2015, we on this nice cruise, Soul Train cruise, and I'm playing with the legendary Glady Knight. How about that?
You just said young lady. So how many years have you been with her?
I only been with her for about 4 years now. But it's a great journey.
So how was your connection? Like, how did you get there?
Well, it's funny because my connection was kind of like word of mouth. I got a random call. I remember I was in the bed, sleep, taking a nap, and I got a call. I didn't know this number, so I didn't answer the first time. And then it rung again, and a friend of mine that I just met, he called me to ask me if I could fill in for a bass player. Now I said yeah because I wasn't doing nothing at the time, and I really didn't know who it was going to be for because he didn't say it. He just said, okay, well, send me your email and stuff, and I'm gonna shoot you the itinerary, and I'm gonna shoot you the songs and stuff to learn. I said, okay, cool. So I got on the phone, okay, how come I didn't ask him who, what's the artist or just a local gig or something? But I really didn't care because I wasn't doing nothing at the time. And he sent me the email, and it said we going out to. Also he asked me if I had my passport. So he exactly. He sent me the email, and it said going to Toronto to a casino for a couple of days with Glady Knight. Oh, okay. All right. So and then.
What was your reaction, really? I want.
Like, oh, are you serious? Okay, what? Can't believe this. It was Matt Pittman that sent me the stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks, Matt Pittman, homie. So I'm like, okay, but then he sent me about 40 songs, and he said, on the bottom, he said, I'm not sure which songs we're gonna do, but just learn them all.
How much time did you have to learn?
Well, I had at least like four, like either 4 days to like a good week to learn them.
So being outside of that, thanks, Mike Holder. Being out of the industry, I mean, how much time do you need to learn like one song? Because 4 days did not seem like enough time.
You said one song? Yeah, one song you can learn within 2 minutes to 10 minutes. If this is what you do for you know what I'm saying, for a living and you love it, yeah. But you know, learning like a bunch of songs, it might take you like a whole day to get familiar and you know, take you about a day or two to really like get familiar, but you really got to be on it, you know. But of course, if they give you a month in advance, you know, that's easy. You can just listen to it while you're going jogging or something and really get it inside of you and things like that. But yeah.
Wow. What you got? You got a question for him?
I'm a frustrated bass player, so that's why.
This is my go-to guy right here, especially when, you know, when we get a chance to jam sometimes, you know. So like we play down at this place in Vegas called the Blue Martini. And, you know, I play bass and he plays percussion and we be jamming, we be getting in, having our you know, like our fun. And sometimes, like, I drop and hit something low, then he get in and drop something on the percussion, and we be just grooving, you know, like, you know.
Definitely a chemistry on stage, for sure, definitely, yeah.
Well, you know, just to let you know, also, you know, I thank God that I play music and I love music because this helps me a lot from, like, just life. So my frustrations and things like that, like I don't literally have to go somewhere and say, I need to get a massage or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I got to do this or I got to, you know, I have to go to like the beach to just get my head together. No, not really. I just listen to some songs, get a chance to play, and it relaxes me. That's my opinion. You know, I can't speak for everybody else.
Can you speak, sir, Alex?
Well, it's definitely therapeutic. I mean, it's one of those. Music can take you to the different places emotionally. You know, it depends where you're at as well. If you're in a moment of you're going through hard times in life, certain songs, certain rhythms can either make you come out of that funk for that moment, or can literally just bring it down and just, you know, be embraced by the words and everything. And so music can definitely be like a trip down anywhere in your mind. You know?
It's kind of like a time machine. Is that what's going on? An emotional time machine, kind of?
I don't want to say time machine. It can be an emotional ride more than anything. Yeah, exactly.
Like it can take you back to the past. It can bring you to like the future, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but it's good and bad because music is really power. It's power because music brings people together. You know,
like this trip. I mean, we catch each other. Sometimes we're in Vegas and we don't even see each other unless we're doing a gig or whatever. And now look, we're here. I mean, I just ran into Daryl Woolfolk, which is a dear personal friend of mine when I was, you know, starting out in Vegas. Barely moved in Vegas and all that. So I hadn't seen him in a while. Recorded his wife's record at the time when he was married. And you know, I'm literally in Hitzville right now because of Daryl Woolfolk.
You want to see his pretty face, that's all.
I don't know how pretty it is, but don't make me take off these glasses. But I met Darren Woolfolk, we had a big old jam session with all musicians and everything, like what he's trying to do right now on this ship. And, you know, we all came together, and that's how I met the musical director for Hitzville. And the musical director and I, since I'm a frustrated bass player, and the musical director has to be a bass player, and we just got along really well. And he said, "Hey man, can you do a couple recording sessions at my studio and this and that?" And one thing led to another, and I had just got back from a tour, and you know was going to be off for a while. So yeah, it just worked out, just all fell into place, and here we are, you know, hooking up with all old friends and catching up big time, you know.
It's kind of cool to see the diversity because. Ruben's from Hawaii, and then there was that gal Yuko, the piano player from Japan, and it's just kind of wild how it's so diverse.
Well, one thing that music doesn't do is it doesn't discriminate. So, I mean, you might not be able to speak English, and I might not be able to speak a word of English, completely two different languages, but you put a sheet of chart music in front next to it, we can play together. So that's something that the only thing that can unite anybody.
That was lovely.
Yeah, seriously.
That was lovely. I'm gonna have to use that one of these days.
But it's so true. I mean, like we cannot know anything. We cannot communicate for nothing, but we can work together.
We can work it out.
Right.
Yeah.
With a music chart or just a groove or whatever. That's the language. There's a language, a universal language. Music is the only universal language that I can think.
What about love? What?
Yes, but music lasts longer.
Nice.
Right.